might just sleep till you're 70. You might just keep
Rip Van Winkle.
70. About 4 minutes ago, I sneezed, and I swear I dislocated my spine. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, my arm won't move. 70. I couldn't sleep till I was 70 if I wanted to. Get your numbers down, boy. Some days I wake up and I'm like, yeah, this is probably it. I feel like shit.
I'm about done.
I feel like shit. I ain't getting out of this bed. This is clearly the day I was, chosen to die. Universe picked today, and I'm dying in bed.
When my dad passed away, he was like, go get your mom, this is it. And I'm like, oh, come on, shut up. He's like, I said, go get your mom, this is it, and I mean it. It was fucking bizarre. So, you better watch.
Wow.
I'm trying to teach you a lesson. Don't be saying that shit.
Way to bring the fucking fierce fight of reality into my little fantasy world.
I know. See, I never think like that. I just think like when I'm doing something, this could be it. I'm an idiot. I'm going to kill myself finally. Like the other day, I had the headphones on the motorcycle, and I was going about 80, and I just thought, well, how drastically could I dance if I wanted to show off to weirdos that I don't know? And I started swinging my feet around and my hands and everything, and I could feel the thing moving under me, and I was like keeping it going. But I'm like, well, what if I couldn't do that at some point? That would be it. And as I was going down, I'd be thinking, yep.
That was one too far.
Yep, one shimmy too much.
I know for a fact I don't have any like premonitions of or inkling of how I might die, but however I die, at some point during the process, I'm going to be thinking, really, this is how I'm going?
Right.
And I'm exactly the opposite. I'm like, I knew it.
I'm sure I'm going to get some embarrassing death that has something to do with feces, and I get these pictures of like me laying there dead, and it's like they're like, well, we can't get a positive ID, and they're like, oh, because of the decay. It's like, no, there's just so much shit on top of it. They're not digging in there. We're not trying to ID the motherfucker.
Just to bring you down even further, I went out with the EMT today to look at a couple houses. She started telling me about things she saw or whatever. She's like, I don't know what it is with guys who are big in toilets and bathtubs. She said, you wouldn't believe how many times where someone's dead, dying, close to death, where they're like lodged in that bathtub. And she's like, and they're almost always naked. So you better. It happens like so much more than you would think. Many's the time you see some ass. But with me, I got to call someone. And then it's like, oh, wait. I'm the someone. She goes, yep, I'm that someone. Like that. It's just like, whoa, I don't want to be that someone. I'm glad you're that someone. Better you than me.
This guy fucked up and some bastard called me. I can't fucking believe this. Worst attitude ever on an EMT. I'm tired of dealing with other people's problems.
I think how critical I am of people in general, working the job I work, and I can only imagine how critical I would be of people if I was an EMT. Saw all the stupid shit that people were doing and fucking themselves up.
Funny, I thought you were going some completely different direction. I thought you were going to say something along the lines of, the job that I'm working and like kind of the value to society. My
job has no value to society.
If the world ever is coming to an end and they start saving people based on what you're doing, oh yeah, we're dead, man.
We're dead.
We're ground zero.
We're right ahead of call center employees.
Non-essential to some crazy degree that can't be calculated.
At least you're not hated like call center employees would be. Like, you just want to kill them for fun. Lawyers, call center employees, actually, all of that shit, just get rid of them. Because I said, well, what was the weirdest thing? She went to get one guy, and the cops were there, and they came, and I thought she was going to talk about drugs, because she goes, he told the cops he was feeling sick, and he needed to talk to me because it was kind of embarrassing. And she went over, and she goes, well, what's wrong? And he's like, well, I farted, and it smelled really, really funny.